So we now have a movie about talking hot dogs that's getting high praise by critics. The world has truly gone mad. So regardless about how you feel about Sausage Party, can we all just agree on one thing? That this movie has one of the best trailers of all time? Because it starts out like, it seems like it's going to be like a normal kids movie, and then you realize that something weird is going on here, and then all the bad stuff happens, and then you say to yourself, there's no way that this is real. And then it says at the end of the trailer, coming in August, and you're like, oh god, this is real. Speaking as someone who thinks trailers have sucked for at least the past 10 years, I had a lot of respect for this one. So Sausage Party is about a grocery store full of sentient food who think that life is great, and then when people come to buy them, they're all going to have a happy life, and then they discover the horrible, horrible truth. This is a Seth Rogen movie, and he plays the main character, Frank, who is a hot dog. Get it? We also had Kristen Wiig, who played a hot dog bun, which was his love interest. Again, get it? There were a lot of other characters in this movie who were voiced by staples of other Seth Rogen movies, like Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, Danny McBride, James Franco, Craig Robinson, etc. Also, Bill Hader was in this movie, and he voiced several characters, and I did not even recognize him. This movie started out seemingly like every other Seth Rogen movie ever, where they had dick jokes and getting laid jokes and weed jokes. If you've seen like Superbad or Pineapple Express or one of those movies, you kind of get the idea. But then it escalated. Oh my god, did it escalate. You know, I went into this movie not really knowing what to expect, but it was surprisingly funny. I laughed at it quite a bit. There was a scene in this movie where the song I Would Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That started playing. And then, as it was playing, it started to dawn on me, who sang this song? It was Meatloaf, right? And right when I thought it was Meatloaf, sure enough, they showed who was actually singing the song, and it was a Meatloaf. And I was like, alright, well played. The funniest character in this movie to me was probably the one Nicholas Kroll played, who was a talking douche, who was a douche both literally and figuratively. And I'm a big fan of Nicholas Kroll. I used to watch The Kroll Show on Comedy Central. And why it was so funny is because on The Kroll Show, he would occasionally play this, like, dude bro character, and he was clearly doing that voice. I don't know what it is about that voice, but just hearing it makes me laugh. I think it's just something in the inflection he's going for, because he sounded like, what's up, bro? And he's just, you lift, bro? Hey, Chips, you looking kind of big, bro. I'm a douche. I'm gonna get up inside of you. Also, there were food puns in this movie. Lots and lots of food puns. And I will admit, some of them were very strategically placed. And there was a lot of really good timing to some of them, because someone will say something like, spill the beans, and then like a can of beans in the background will be like, what'd you say? And they'll be like, we're not talking to you. I cannot stress enough that this is not a kid's movie. It looks like a kid's movie, but it is not a kid's movie. And there was already a whole situation where they were playing the trailer with like showings of Finding Dory or something like that, and people got upset. And yeah, because this movie has violence and drug use and murder. And when I say murder, I don't mean the food getting eaten. I mean people actually got killed. There was a long scene in this movie where the food finally banded together to murder everyone in the grocery store. And it was set to the song Wake Me Up Before You Go-Go by Wham! There was also lots and lots of sex. The food was having sex. There was a whole, like, 2 or 3 minute montage towards the end of this movie where it was just a shameless, just in-your-face orgy of food getting it on in all different kinds of ways, and I don't know I don't even know how to respond to that. I've never seen anything like that before. This is also not a thinking man's movie. If you're gonna go in this expecting some kind of lore or reasoning behind anything, you're gonna be greatly disappointed. Although there were some interesting themes in this movie about repression and religion and blind faith and maybe even a little bit on overconsumption. I think part of the reason I went to go see this movie because I wanted to know what the end game was here, because if this is a world where food is alive and people are eating it and they decide to fight back, then one of two things is supposed to happen here. Either humans stop eating food or the food just kind of accepts their fate. Well, again, this is not a thinking man's movie, but without giving away any spoilers, it did end on a very meta note. So I'm having trouble deciding whether or not I like this movie or if I would even recommend it. I mean, there were some interesting moments to it. There was a lot of laughs. I definitely laughed at it quite a bit, so that's something. But there were moments where when I was laughing, I wasn't sure if I was laughing because what I saw was funny or if I was laughing because I couldn't believe this was happening. You ever have that problem? I will say, at the very least, I definitely respect this movie because it is an R-rated animated movie, which you don't see very often. At the very least, I would say if you're a big fan of Seth Rogen, or if you like Pixar or DreamWorks, or even stuff like VeggieTales, and you want to see a really good parody of that, then yeah, definitely check out this movie. And leave the kids at home. So that's all I got for Sausage Party. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think of it. My name is Rob, and I think I gotta go take a shower.